Crowd is assembled here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, looking for the Timberwolves to have a victory here on their home floor. And we've got it for you live, right here on 2K Sports. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the Spurs.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Wizards 5 right now. Porter is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then it's Wall. And it's Cantor in the pivot spot, manning the middle. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His three uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one.
Look at that.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
6 to shoot. And Wall kicks to Porter. Rebound, Minnesota.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Outside, Wall. And Cantor throws it down.
A long windup and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
Rose against Wall. Iguodala right side from 11 feet away. And again, it's Minnesota. Wizards have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The pass to Cantor. Outside Korver. Inside. No good from Gibson. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Outside Rose. The dish to Anderson. Stolen by Cantor. Korver passes to Wall. Can't get it to go. Rose with some nice D. Minnesota in the lead. To the inside. And the jam by Andre Iguodala.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes. Like conducting an orchestra.
Outside, Wall. Inside. Here's Porter. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Feeds to Anderson. Launches it. Good. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Outside, Wall. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Anderson, a screen on Porter. Iguodala's drive. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Boy, that was a violent throw down there.
You're telling me.
I mean, it's almost like he doesn't like the rim.
Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards. Started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best, that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
The shot's good from Cantor. The Timberwolves have gotten 6 or 7 shots to fall in the first quarter. They're off and running. Wall again throws. Shumpert in the corner. Off target from outside.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. Washington trailing. And Wall kicks to Korver. Back to Wall. Outside for Korver. Lets it go with a 3. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. Rose against Wall. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their game when they did get hot enough.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Wizards trail by 4. Burke kicks to Levine. Gibson the screen. Nice ball movement by Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Levine, good. Levine's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Embiid the screen. Rose kicks to Anderson. Back to Rose. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history?
Burke dishes to Gibson. McGee is screen on Anderson. Pass to Levine. He nails it, and we're tied up. Levine's got 5 points so far.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other 2, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. The Timberwolves have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
You know, in talking about D. Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
Burke with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And Anderson kicks to Iguodala. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well, I tell you what, it's easy to get spoiled watching this fella. I mean, he just makes it look so simple.
There's the pick. Kicks it to Levine. The rebound by Anderson.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Anderson with the block. All going up court. McGee with the block. They get it back. Wizards trail by 3. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Anderson outside. From deep three-point range. No luck. Now Washington takes it the other way.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nene, he's checked in for Embiid. Garnett comes in for Anderson. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Shumpert. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Derrick Rose. The Wizards also changing it up. Glenn Davis is checked in for JaVale McGee. Leonard comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Adams in for Burke. And for LaVine in his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, LaVine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Right block shot. And the shot's good from Nene. Nene's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Washington's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Levine passes to Davis. Here's Simmons from outside off the mark.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
.127 left in the first quarter of the game. Davis with a screen on Beverly. Right side Leonard. Wide open. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dishes it to Nene. Ginobili kicks to Nene. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Now it's a 4-point Minnesota lead. Here's Levine. He's got 5. They set the pick. Leonard dishes to Davis. Stolen by Nene. Finished off the break.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
There's 25 seconds left to play in the first. The Wizards with another miss. And here are the Timberwolves. They've got an 8-0 run. Ginobili the pass to Beverly. Leonard against Nene. Garnett the screen. From the high post. What a play, simply. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Timberwolves lead by 8. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backboard.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Taj Gibson all out there with Kyle Korver. And there's Davis, and it's Simmons in at the three.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Well, nobody really knew, Greg, what to make of Washington going into last year's playoffs. They
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
And Beverly kicks to Ginobili. The three-pointer, no good.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks. Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Ginobili misses. Wall dishes to Simmons. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Manu Ginobili on the wing. Clock at 6. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Garnett. Great D that time from Gibson. And Korver now in his 13th season in the NBA. Last season was his best ever, especially shooting.
Yeah, and he credits all of his improvement to the advanced off-season training regimen. Extremely dedicated. He moved his family to Santa Barbara to be closer to his trainer, and it's paid off.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Wizards will retain possession. Six on the shot clock. It's Wall with the drive. And the baseline jumper, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
Wizards trailed by 7. He feeds it to Davis. Pass to Simmons. Stolen by Ginobili. Inside to end the drought. And Gerald Henderson with the slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Washington calls timeout. Anderson, he's checked in for Minnesota. Wizards making a switch here. Wizards trailed by 9. Outside, Wall. There's a screen by Kanter. The 3 from Korver. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And for Manu Ginobili last season, not his best. Down in every measurable category since his rookie year. He's 37, myriad of injuries. You know, but Greg, there's still something so special about that play.
Yeah, I mean, so much of his game is about movement. And Kevin, after 13 full seasons and factor in all of the international competition, you're going to have to start to show some wear and tear, and that's been the case for Manu.
Excellent point. He played 4 pro years overseas before the NBA. Beverly, the pass to Anderson. Anderson, a screen on Wall. Here's Beverly. Beyond the arc. Anderson can't get it to go.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
I think all 3 of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of different looks, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
And guys, John Wall, obviously one of the most electrifying players to enter the league in some time. Unreal body control, tremendous length and athleticism for a point guard. And that's one of the reasons he gets so many steals, blocks, and rebounds. All the extra things from his position that really add up.
It's Ginobili on the wing. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there. Anderson can't get that one to fall.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
And Wall. Here we go now. Here's Porter. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Porter's got 5 points so far.
And, you know, guys, for Wall, the one thing he's still ironing out is his shooting stroke. It looks better every year, but doesn't necessarily go in more often, especially from 3. But even if he never becomes a great shooter, I think he'll remain one of the game's best all-around talents.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a timeout there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
Minnesota making some changes. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Nene. Iman Shumpert has come in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Rose in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Wizards, Taj Gibson's checked in for JaVale McGee. Adams comes in for Kyle Korver. And Zach LaVine subbed in for John Wall. LaVine kicks to Kanter. Chance there to take the lead, missing. Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And that one's good, Shumpert.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
LaVine kicks to Adams. Passes it to LaVine. He dishes it to Kanter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Rose. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
One is hammered home.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Adams' shot is good.
You know, I don't think that was the shot they had in mind, but they'll take it.
Now here's Rose. He has 7 on the wing. Shumpert. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
The feet to Henderson. There's a good screen. He kicks it to Anderson.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Back to Adams. Nice ball movement by Washington. And the jam by Levine.
Now this is why the breakaway rim was invented. For plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark, by hanging on that long.
Yeah, he did.
I tell you what, though, great dunk, and this is even a better game we got going on right now.
Rose kicks to Anderson. It's Henderson on the wing. Porter with the steal. Now the pass to Kanter. There's the dish to Levine. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Minnesota's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Anderson with it, now guarded by Porter. Embiid the screen. Rose kicks to Anderson. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
For better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
Timberwolves leading by 4. They set the pick. It's stolen by Adams. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the strike, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Leonard, he's checked in for the Wizards. Trey Burke comes in for Adams. And the shot is good. Henderson's got 5 points now this quarter.
These defenders had better start closing out on those shooters.
That's 2 in a row, and we call that a streak.
Burke dishes to Gibson. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard kicks to Burke. Right through the D for the layup. Minnesota leading by 4. And here's Rose. 7 points in the game. Porter pulls it in.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
In the corner, Henderson with it. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Wizards making a switch here. Simmons is checked in. Stolen by Levine. And they're on the break. Here's Burke. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Burke's got his third bucket of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Washington.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nene, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Garnett comes in for Ryan Anderson. Andre Iguodala is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Derrick Rose. And then for Washington, Glenn Davis is checked in for Gibson. And it's Adams in for Levine. Here's Adams. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Beverley, the pass to Nene. That's good. Nene's got 6.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Leonard dishes to Davis. Count that one. Davis has got the lead back up to 3 now for the Wizards.
Oh, how pretty was that? Used the rim to protect the ball perfectly.
And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. The Timberwolves shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
And, you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Washington's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Now Burke. They set the pick. Here's Leonard. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Leonard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Wizards. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Wizards out front as they end the second quarter with a 13-4 run. And we'll
Okay, fans, put your hands together.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Andre Iguodala has been sensational.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Andre Iguodala has been sensational.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
Patrick Beverly out there with Iman Shumpert. And there's Iguodala. And it's Garnett. Then it's Nene. And at the 5, home in the paint. And that's the group starting the second half for Sam Mitchell.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
Beverly with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Feeds it to Garnett. Shot from the top of the key.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Here's Cantor. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Outside jumper. And Beverly kicks to Nene. And the layup's good off the glass. Nene's got 8 points.
Great way to start the half. Easy layup against some soft D.
And Wall kicks to Korver. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Korver's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Inside. Shoots from 8. No luck.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Shumpert. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Washington leading now by 4. Wall against Beverly. Wall passes to Cantor. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Washington has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Wall dishes to Korver. Right side, Wall. Cantor kicks to Gibson.
And last season, really a tale of 2 halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
And the second free throw, good. And so it's Minnesota with it. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Beverly. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Iguodala wide open. That one's good from the corner. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
Washington calls timeout. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota when he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
The Wizards making a switch here. McGee's checked in. Wall passes to Korver. And McGee kicks to Wall. Wizards passing it around. Cantor's shot is off.
And for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I gotta believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis.
Stolen by McGee. Here's Korver. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night. Pass to Garnett. Iguodala outside. Kicks it to Beverly. On the wing, Shumpert. It's stolen by Korver. To the middle. Wall dishes to Korver. And McGee kicks to Porter. Second chance shot. Rebound, Minnesota. Now it's Shumpert running. He can go all the way.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Now here's Wall. 7 points in the game. Korver gets a wide open look. Korver missing again.
And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Porter against Iguodala. They double-team Iguodala. Dishes to Garnett. Beverly wide open. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
This team really feeds off of one another in terms of their energy.
Perhaps, Greg, some type of motivational speech at halftime got both of these teams fired up.
And here's Porter. He has 5. And it's Iguodala with the rebound.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-over. You got to finish the job.
Korver passes to McGee. Off target from outside.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
And it's blocked. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Washington making some changes. Leonard comes in for Cantor. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Porter. 5 on the clock. Here's Nene. That's short off the rim.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And he gets it to go.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Pass to Iguodala. Nene setting the pick for Iguodala. To the inside. Garnett. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Passes it to Korver. LaVine dishes to Korver. And McGee kicks to Korver. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
And for JaVale McGee, what was once such a promising career is now, Clark, I think, kind of at a crossroads.
Yeah, you know what? He is capable of being a major rim protector and rebounder, but I think teams are getting a little bit impatient with him because he's just not mature to the point that you would have expected.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And for McGee, it looked like he had taken a positive step last year when it was announced he would sign with Boston. The front office even came out and sang his praises. Then negotiations fell apart and McGee didn't play again for the rest of the season. Another in a long line of disappointments over his career.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Embiid, he's checked in for Nene. Anderson comes in for Kevin Garnett. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Rose kicks to Anderson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Anderson's got 9.
You know, regarding McGee, he spent most of his career eyeing the money. He forced his way out of Washington partly because of it. Didn't sign with the Celtics because he wanted to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. He has to show that he can still play if he wants somebody to really pay.
Here's Leonard. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Outside Rose. And the foul called on Myers Leonard. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
In the corner, Henderson with it. Jacks up a 3. He shoots again. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Looking at the game for Ryan Anderson, he's got 10 rebounds and 9 points. He's knocking down threes as effectively as twos, and that's saying something.
And it's been such a valuable part of their offense today.
And both free throws good for Anderson.
Before getting dinged up, Ryan Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
Simmons passes to Davis. Puts it up from 12. Cannot hit. The Timberwolves trail. Now Rose. He has 7. Anderson outside. Anderson is screen on right. Rose gets to Anderson. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Embiid. .158 left in the 3rd quarter. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Washington making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Davis, and it's Burke in for Wright. Outside Rose. He feeds it to Shumpert. Anderson outside. It's good. This game is all even. Anderson's got 7 points for the quarter.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Leonard dishes to Burke. Nice ball movement by Washington. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Washington has possession. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And that's the final game of this 5-game road run for the team. Gibson setting the pick for Burke. He dishes it to Simmons. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Simmons.
Burke's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Rose. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Gibson. Washington's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. Leonard attacking. Can't get it to go. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And Rose throws it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
There's Levine. Lays it up and banks it in. Levine's got 5 points now this quarter.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Wizards out front. They lead by a bucket. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. Welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. The Wizards with the lead. So on the floor for Washington. Davis is out there with Taj Gibson. Then there's Burke. And it's Simmons in at the 3. Shoots from the baseline. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Burke's got his 4th assist in this one. Outside Rose. He kicks it to Anderson. Shot off the screen. And he gets it to go.
Then he came off that screen and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And there's the feed to Levine. Stolen by Henderson. Fast break, Minnesota. Shumpert with the ball. Offensive rebound. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Free throw no good for Henderson. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get, a solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin, right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. That's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
Washington's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
Now here's Rose. He's tightly guarded. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Davis kicks to Burke. Here's Levine. Offline with his 3. Rose passes to Henderson.
Wizards foul call.
And a lot of teams in the West can at least get a little bit of a breather when they go against the Eastern teams. The Wolves didn't have that last year. They got pummeled by the entire conference.
Both free throws good from Henderson.
Complete domination. What a game for Henderson. 9 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
Washington calls timeout.
And, you know, obviously, you know, there's some things out there he does not like and wants to talk it over.
Well, Greg, you play and you envision yourself as a coach as well. So, you know, sometimes make some adjustments.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to hear what Randy Whitman was saying to the team. His message, don't even look at the score right now. We've got to make one play at a time and execute. That's how we'll take this thing home. Kevin, he's trying to keep them focused.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Rose against Wall. In the corner, Iguodala with it. 13 feet away. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Shot's good by Gibson. There is just no way, Clark, to tell who is going to pull this one out.
You know what, Kevin? I think looking at this game, it may very well come down to one crucial key play.
Clark, that's a great point. When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
Shot clock at 6. And he gets it to go. And that's now 7 points for Ginobili.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
Wall attacking. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Ginobili outside. A 3 ball. The shot will not go. Korver with the defensive effort. McGee is screen on Rose. It's Wall with the ball.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
Rose, no good. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Kings. And Wall kicks to Korver. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got assist number 8 now on the night. And the Timberwolves call time here. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
And for the Wizards and their road problems, a lot of it came from their inability to defend the 3. I mean, they were in the bottom third in the league at defending the 3 as the road team.
Some changes for Minnesota. Nene comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Garnett in for Anderson. Timberwolves trailed by 5.
And you know what's odd about the Wizards' road problems is that they play outstanding defense otherwise. I mean, compared to 2014, they definitely took a step backwards in regards to their road play last season.
Here's Garnett. And nothing is falling for him right now. Wizards leading by 5. Rose with the double team. Gibson dishes to Korver. Korver missing again. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. It's stolen by Korver. Nice ball movement by Washington. Good on the shot. Porter's got the lead up to 7 now for the Wizards. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Washington.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And he's been the key for their offense with the way he shot the basketball.
Yeah, he's most certainly not the reason they're in the hole. I mean, his percentage has been outstanding.
McGee a screen. No good on the three.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress. Manu Ginobili is one of the toughest guys you'll ever meet. That goes not just for the NBA, but any sport. I mean, a true competitor in every sense of the word.
Enes Kanter's checked in for Washington. Wall passes to Korver. Back to Wall. Outside Gibson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot's good from Kanter.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Ginobili attacking. Nene with it. Now guarded by Gibson. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Here's Wall. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
To the inside. Garnett goes in. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Taj Gibson picks one up.
Couldn't have been any other way. I mean, last season, KG returning to the Wolves. I mean, the entire city was buzzing for his return.
Kevin Garnett was once the star here and now is acting as the mentor for all these young Timberwolves players. He won't let them slack even for a moment on or off the floor.
You know, it's that competitive fire that made KG so great, Kevin, and Minnesota made a savvy move, I think, to get him into the locker room and back on the squad.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Ginobili kicks to Iguodala. Garnett up top. Ginobili against Porter. Iguodala outside. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Wizards ball.
On offense, here are the Wizards. They're on an 18-7 run. And the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Korver with it. The pass to Porter. To the paint. 5 on the clock. Poke loose. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Derrick Rose. Stolen by Ginobili. Porter against Beverly. On the wing, Iguodala. Nene, the screen. Down low. Gibson with the steal. All with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Gibson setting the pick for Wall. Outside Gibson. Just 5 to shoot. The dish to Porter. And another miss by Washington. Timberwolves trail by 7. Iguodala, that's good. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Back to Korver. And Kanter wide open. He shoots. They get it back to the middle. Korver against Ginobili. And there's Korver on the assist from Enes Kanter. And that's now 19 points in the game for Kyle Korver. Nice game. Great performance by Kyle Korver.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. He's got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive.
Minnesota calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 1:33 left to play here in the fourth. Anderson, he's checked in for Minnesota. Shumpert comes in for Manu Ginobili. Here's Beverly. Feeds it to Iguodala. Nene with the screen on Porter. Anderson can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Porter dishes to McGee. Porter kicks to Levine. McGee is screen on Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by Beverly.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
Pass to Anderson. Out to Shumpert. Dishes to Nene. In the corner, Iguodala with it. 5 to shoot. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
We've watched Iguodala play great basketball. He's got 24 points and a steal. The motor on this guy is amazing. Completely revved up. He's been everywhere today.
And it's hard to say which has influenced the game more, really, his offense or his D. I mean, take your pick.
McGee is screen on Beverly. And McGee kicks to Davis. Here's Porter. And it's Iguodala with the rebound.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
And so it's Washington who's straight by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.